This is Trekzone's Talkin Science.
The Trekzone membership is available via the join button under each video on YouTube or via the trek.zone/support. Plus, Trekzone's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and your favourite podcast feed. Find us, like, follow, and subscribe. Let's get into the headlines of the past week here on Talkin Science. NASA has released the first images from the James Webb Space Telescope. The image reveals some of the earliest galaxies and stars that formed after the Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago, and the world will have access to the high resolution still from tomorrow, or now if you're watching in the future. NASA has so far released a series of engineering images that exceeded expectations and provided a fascinating preview of the potential of the telescope in the infrared. Equatorial Launch Australia successfully launched the second of 3 NASA-sounding rockets last week after lengthy delays caused by turbulent and unseasonal winds across most of the launch window. The suborbital imaging spectrograph for transition region irradiance from nearby exoplanet host stars, or SPACEX mission for the University of Colorado lifted off at 11:17 p.m. local time last week on July 6. Preliminary analysis shows that good data was received by the science instrument during the flight. SPACEX was the second of 3 NASA space science missions scheduled from the Arnhem Space Center. The X-ray Quantum Calorimeter, or XQC, experiment from the University of Wisconsin successfully launched on June 26. And ELA successfully launched that third sounding rocket last night. The launch was for the dual-channel Extreme Ultraviolet Continuum Experiment, or JUICE, for the University of Colorado once again. The rocket carried the science instrument to an altitude of 262 kilometers before descending by parachute and landing southwest of the launch site. JUICE was the third of 3 space science missions for the American Space Agency, scheduled from the Arnhem Space Center during that 3-week period. So 3 launches, 3 successes. A huge congratulations to the team. Well, we now have new clues about a mysterious stage in the life of binary stars, thanks to research from the folks at the Australian National University and Yan'an Observatory in China. According to co-author of the study, Associate Professor Christian Wolf from the ANU, the common envelope phase is particularly important for binary stars, but until now it had never been observed. Now we know that it engulfs its companion and they appear as one star under an opaque envelope. The friction of their motion inside that envelope profoundly alters what happens next for the stars, not only causing heat, but the skids are essentially applied, slowing them down so that they spiral into an ever tighter orbit. Eventually, that envelope overheats and gets blown away. This blowout happened about 10,000 years ago, and the researchers believe this first glimpse of the phenomenon could lead to the discovery of more stars at this critical stage in their life. International scientists say they've detected nitriles, which are the key building blocks for RNA, in a molecular cloud near the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. Dr. Victor Revilla, a researcher at the Center for Astrobiology of the Spanish National Research Council and the National Institute of Aerospace Technology in Madrid, was the first author of the new study and said, "Here we show that the chemistry that takes place in the interstellar medium is able to efficiently form multiple nitriles, which are key molecular precursors of the RNA world scenario." SPACEX has surprised a lot of folks by firing up the engines on Super Heavy, the giant first-stage booster for its next-gen even, Starship Deep Space Transportation System. The firing, which occurred at 5:20 p.m. local time at Starbase, SpaceX's South Texas facility, was unannounced and initially had people speculating on Twitter that it was an accident of some sort. SpaceX founder and CEO Elon Musk quickly put that rumor to bed, though. The Super Heavy in question is Booster 7, which SpaceX is prepping for the first ever Starship orbital test flight. That landmark mission could lift off in the next few months if all goes according to plan. And lastly this week, be careful what you wish for. The old adage of wishing upon a star may just see you getting hit by some rocket debris. That's because the way things are now, and for the next decade, if a typical rocket re-entry spreads debris across a 10 square meter area, there is roughly a 10% chance that 1 or more casualties will occur. Maybe it's time to invest in a good quality hard hat. Certainly food for thought. Well, Dr. Brad's here on the first Tuesday of every month to bring us a roundup of the biggest stories across the past month. And I've got your bite-sized wrap of the week, the other 3 Tuesdays. Just like this episode, I'm Matt Miller. Thanks for watching Talkin Science. I'll catch you in the comments. Thank you.